morning, violin students. We're going to review a couple of steps that we've covered in class, one being your sponge and guitar position and shoulder position, and then we're going to get into working with our left hand, putting our fingers on the instrument for playing notes. So let's review the sponge. The sponge, if you put the violin forward, lay it on the back of the instrument. Remember, you want it to be across, not lengthwise, across. Holding your violin against your side, pull the rubber band up and over these edges of the violin. That way you've got your violin sponge secured and it's ready to put up on your shoulder. Okay? Now, guitar position. You can do this a couple of different ways. You can swing it this way and then slide your hand down, or you can hold the violin, slide your hand down, and then tuck it underneath, okay? We really want to review where we put our fingers. They go under the fingerboard. And your thumb strums, okay? So you're gonna end up on the next string, okay? Very gently. So let's talk about where your left hand goes on your instrument. You see these two tapes that I have here on my instrument. You have them on yours. You have one that's closest to the pegs and you have one that's closest to the body of the instrument. This first tape is going to be for your first finger, and this tape is going to be for your third finger. That leaves your second finger in between, which will keep close to the third finger when we put them on, okay? But before we do that, we want to review our thumb in your left hand, okay? So take your thumb, open your hand up, lay the thumb on the top of the side of the fingerboard, and you're just letting it peek up a little bit, okay? You don't want it too high and you don't want it behind the instrument, so just lay it there. Now take your fingers and wrap them around the instrument, line them up, just bring the violin up a little bit and look where your first finger can go, right on that first tape, see? Then we're going to spread our second finger out, make a little gap, and then our third finger can go on the higher tape. So we have 1, 2, 3, okay? Notice that my thumb is still peeking right here. Now let's see what that looks like if I was putting it on my shoulder. So I'm going to take the instrument, I'm going to hold it up, hold the bottom, slide my hand down just to hold the violin, put it up on my shoulder, get my jaw settled in, make sure that I've got a good hold on the violin, it's on my shoulder, and I'm going to take a little turn so I'm facing my music, and I'm looking down my fingerboard, and then I'm going to move my hand back up the instrument. Notice I haven't put my hands on the other side of the instrument. I've just gone back up and left my thumb on that side of the instrument. If you're in rest position, your thumb is already there. So leave it there. Now it's easy to see. You can look right down your instrument. Your thumb is on one side, your fingers are on the other. You're going to roll your fingers over and try and stand them right up and point down, and then put the second finger and the third finger. Now it's helpful with your elbow if you just give it a little pull underneath. I know it's going to hurt a little bit right here, but just pull a little bit and your fingers will come down on top of the instrument much easier. If you're always trying to reach from this side, your fingers never make it. I can't even get to the other side. So make sure you get your elbow under there, your thumb just peeking up, your fingers 1, 2, 3. You look right down at what they're doing, okay? Practice that several times until it feels a little bit more comfortable, and then we'll in the next video talk about the notes in your book.